Hello, good morning. It is still morning. I keep thinking it's afternoon because the World Cup games are on so early. Sava here from Sava Talks Football. Today, my daily thought, no more daily thoughts about the World Cup. Not enough traction, not enough people seem interested in it. We're talking about Tottenham Hotspur and we're going to talk about Richarlison and Harry Kane. My daily thought today is about our centre forward positions at Tottenham Hotspur. It's very interesting, isn't it? Off the back of Richarlison scoring a couple of goals for Brazil, the fanfare comes out. Richarlison's amazing. Look at this £60 million. He's a bargain for Spurs. Spurs are lucky to have him. Yada, yada, yada. I'm going to make no two ways about this. I've never been overly impressed by Richarlison. He doesn't really do a lot for me. I'm not too sure what he is. And when I say what he is, I mean, he's a centre forward, but I'm not sure. Is he a hold-up player? Is he someone that will score hundreds of goals? I mean, I don't believe we've ever seen that as evidence. Is he a run the channel kind of guy? There's something about him for sure. There's something, but it's very interesting, isn't it? That Spurs have paid £60 million for Richarlison. Now, whilst I'm not one of those fans who wants to talk too much about, well, oh my God, can you believe so-and-so cost X amount of millions? Whilst I'm not that guy, I am wary that Spurs didn't have the biggest transfer budget. And £60 million of our transfer budget went on a backup striker. Now, that's what I want to talk about today. We talk about Richarlison being bought as a backup striker. At first, it was that he could play multiple positions, and this is why he's bought, for his versatility. He can play on the right, he can play on the left, he can play through the middle. What we've seen so far in a Spurs shirt, though, is he's not actually that effective through the right or the left. And we've not really seen him have the opportunity to play through the middle. Hence that we've only seen him score 2 headers against 10 men of Marseille in a Champions League game. So, my question and my thought is about this. And again, I never want to be contradictory. He's not for me. I mean, when I say he's not for me, I've got nothing against him. I think he's a good squad player. Do I see him as a starter? No. Do I think he's worth 60 million? No. But that's just me. So my question is this. Yes, Spurs have always cried out for a substitute striker. So I can't be a hypocrite in that. Glad that we got one. But did we need to get one at 60 million? So here is my question to you. Was Richarlison a good bit of business as a backup? Was he a good bit of business as an alternative option to Harry Kane for when he gets injured? Was he bought to play in one of those channels for when Son was injured, for when Kulusevski was injured, as he has been, or as they both have been, or, well, Kulu's back, Son's injured now, or, and I'm just putting this out there, or are we seeing that Harry Kane might be going? I'm just putting out there some theories. The club know he's got, 18 months left on his contract. Is Richarlison the successor to Harry Kane? Are we seeing that this year is purely a year for bedding him into the squad, giving him minutes where we can, when players are injured, coming off the bench, and realistically, he's actually been bought for next year, and Kane might not be here, because the whole Kane conversation opens up a whole can of worms. So people are probably watching this right now, and welcome to everyone who is watching. Please bear in mind this is pre-recorded. Saying, "Oh, Sava, you want Kane to leave? You think Kane?" No. It's not. I want Kane to leave. I worry that he's got 18 months left on his contract, and having wanted to leave before, he's not really seeing the club move any further forward. You could talk about Champions League football, but we've been in Champions League many years before with Harry Kane. We're no closer to winning anything. So if you were Harry Kane, ask the question, would you sign a contract? If you're Harry Kane, coming up to 30 years of age, I believe in June, July, one of those months, would you sign a contract? Fully well knowing that the club are still not backing managers. The club are still not bringing in top players to play with him. At that age, are you really going to hedge your bets with one last 3 or 4 year contract to take you to retirement assuming you retire at 34, 35. Really? Are you going to do that? I'm not sure I would. I'm not Harry Kane, but I'm not sure I would. I think he will be clever enough to have learnt his lesson. Now, if he signed a contract, great. But if he doesn't, is Richarlison that natural successor? Now, I'm going to choose my words carefully here. When I say natural successor, I mean in the centre-forward position, not in terms of a like-for-like player. So as I was speaking in one of my WhatsApp groups earlier, we were talking about, well, if Richarlison took that position, let's say Kane leaves, hypothetical Kane leaves, Richarlison takes that position. Richarlison isn't the creative drop deep type that Harry Kane is. So does that then bring the necessity, I'll say the option, but the necessity to bring in a Eriksen type, a James Maddison type, a Paqueta, somebody who can play in that hole and feed a striker? So it's all food for thought. I'm not saying, I don't know anything. None of us know anything, right? None of us are experts in what's going on behind the scenes at Spurs. As much as some fans go, what I've heard, and I know this, and blah, blah, none of us know. I'm just throwing out some options. Because otherwise, I can't see the point. I've maintained this all season. I can't see the point of paying £60 million for a striker that isn't being played as a striker at Tottenham when you need right wing backs, centre backs, left wing backs, creativity. I couldn't see the point. Now, obviously, the goals last night have sparked this conversation. It's a good time to talk about Richarlison. He got a very good goal last night. Great finish. But you guys tell me, where does he fit into this scenario at Spurs? Why was he bought? Was it for backup? Is it to start games? I'm just keen. I'm just keen to understand from everyone else's point of view. What do you think? I don't think there's a right or a wrong answer here. We don't know. Let me throw another scenario out there. Harry Kane stays. Right? Harry Kane signs a contract. He doesn't leave this summer. He's not sold for anything. What does that mean for Richarlison? Do we ever go to two up top? Does Kane drop next season and play in the attacking midfielder role? And Richarlison takes the striker role. So there's options, but I just wonder what you think. Which one is it? So lots of food for thought. Again, with the Harry Kane situation, you've got to look at it like this. If Harry Kane turns around this summer and says, I have no intention of signing a new contract, does Daniel Levy sell him? Does Daniel Levy sell his biggest asset with 1 year on his contract to go, knowing that the next summer he could lose him for free? And here's the difference. How much is Harry Kane going to be worth this summer? Is anyone going to pay £100 million for a 30-year-old who's got 1 year left on his contract? We've seen it before. Maybe not a 30 years later, but we've seen it before. The likes of Eden Hazard. So how much would he go for? How much would Daniel Levy want? How much are Kane's 2025 goals next season? Yeah. How much are they worth to Daniel Levy? Is it 100 million? Is it 90 million? 60 million? 40 million? What is it? So there's so many variables to this. And before anyone has a go at me, I'm just asking some questions. That's all. Just asking some questions just to see where we're at. So I'm going to leave that with you. I will be live at 4 p.m. We'll be doing the Savran Daigle Friday huddle. Unfortunately, Brian's not available, so I'll be joined by Kuva. Shaw might join us a bit later, and so might Phil P. So join us at 4 for some Spurs chat. I'm sure some people are maybe getting a bit bored of all the games in the World Cup, missing their slice of Tottenham chat. So join us at 4 o'clock. We'll be speaking more about Richarlison, about Kane. We'll be looking at some of the players of the past, some of the transfer rumours, and we'll be looking forward to the January transfer window. So join myself, Kuva, and others, 4 o'clock today. Leave your thoughts. Please like, please subscribe. Keep the chat going. Please be respectful in the YouTube chat. See lots of people calling each other names. No need for it. Much love. As always, come on, you Spurs. Enoch out. And I'll see you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.